1959. Wolverhampton, England. On a cold February night, Martha Giles, a 45-year-old mother of 5, left her home in Wennesfield and headed to her night shift at New Cross Hospital. She never made it to the psychiatric ward. The next morning, her body was discovered on the hospital's bowling green, brutally beaten and stabbed to death. This is the story of a murder that happened on hospital grounds, and the case that remains sealed until 2055. On the morning of the 12th of February, 1959, staff at New Cross Hospital in Wolverhampton made a shocking discovery. Lying on the hospital's bowling green was the body of a 45-year-old mother of 5. She had been brutally beaten with a rock and stabbed to death. Her name was Martha Giles, and 67 years later, her killer has never been brought to justice. Martha Giles was a dedicated nursing orderly on the psychiatric ward at New Cross Hospital. She was married with 5 children, the youngest only 5 years old. On the evening of the 11th of February, 1959, Martha left home for her night shift. She briefly stopped at the Plough Inn on Cannock Road while waiting for her bus, but she never arrived at the hospital. Her body was discovered the next morning on the bowling green in the southern grounds of the hospital. In 1959, this was a quiet staff recreation area. Today, that same spot is mostly car parks. She had been battered with stones and stabbed in the heart and lungs. Scotland Yard was called in. The investigation was led by Detective Superintendent Ernest Millen. Officers dragged nearby canals searching for evidence and Martha's missing shoes. A 31-year-old Indian doctor working at the same hospital was arrested and charged. On Wednesday, the doctor was interviewed by police at Wolverhampton Police Headquarters. The very next morning he was found unconscious in a coma. He had taken a serious overdose of the hypnotic drug Oblivion. For several days he lay in hospital, treated as an ordinary patient while detectives waited anxiously to see if he would recover. When he finally regained consciousness, he was charged with the murder of Martha Giles and committed for trial at Stafford Assizes. The trial opened in July 1959 at Stafford Assizes before Mr. Justice Elwes. The prosecution called around 60 witnesses over 3 days. They presented a purely circumstantial case. Witnesses described seeing the doctor at a dance hall the night before the murder. There was evidence he had asked a colleague to collect a coat for him. The court also heard that he had taken Oblivion in the days leading up to the crime. Defense counsel Mr. Michael Pratt argued strongly that the evidence was weak and circumstantial. He told the jury there was no direct proof linking the doctor to the bowling green. On the final day, the doctor entered a plea of not guilty. After hearing all the evidence, the jury deliberated and returned a verdict of not guilty. The doctor was acquitted and discharged from court. The case has never been solved. Martha's great-niece, crime writer Pauline Rosun, later accessed some of the open files and described seeing harrowing photographs. The full case files remained sealed, originally for 75 years, later extended to 2055. In 2026, local MP Sir Gavin Williamson called in Parliament for the files to be opened so the family can finally have answers. The acquitted doctor, Dr. Ravindranath Srinivas Bonsal, later became a respected GP in St Austell, Cornwall, and worked as an ENT surgeon in Plymouth. He lived quietly until his death in 2021 at the age of 93. 6 to 7 years after her death, Martha Giles, a mother of 5 who simply went to work one night, still has no justice. The full truth remains locked away until at least 2055. If you believe cold cases like this deserve transparency, please share this video. Rest in peace, Martha.